In this video, I'm going to break down Thanksgiving dinner, and we're going to start with number one, which is our dessert. And the reason we're going to start with dessert is because we can make this ahead of time. Put it in the fridge and it is good and ready to go. You don't have to worry about it on Thanksgiving Day. It is prepped and ready to go. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Carrie Pratt and I am so excited that you're here, whether you like an apple pie or a pumpkin pie. So guess what? We're not going to do either one of them. We're going to learn how to make a delicious pumpkin cheesecake. The first ingredient you're going to need is 18 ginger snap cookies. Next, take out some of that holiday frustration by taking those ginger snap cookies and crushing them. I use a rolling pin and just beat them until they are in fine little pieces. Pour those cookie crumbs into a container and set to the side. Next, you're going to need a 1/4 cup of finely chopped pecans. This may take a few minutes to get it nicely chopped, but it is important that they are finely chopped. So take an extra minute and do that and make sure it equals a 1/4 cup. Next, you'll combine the cookie crumbs, chopped pecans, and a 1/4 cup of melted butter. Mix those together and then press onto the bottom of a 9-inch springform pan, making sure that it's nice, flat, and even. My kitchen tool preference of choice when doing this is to use a fork. Once done, you can set that crust bottom to the side. What really makes this pumpkin swirl cheesecake stand out is the amazing ginger snap pecan crust. You're going to use 1, 2, 3 packages of Philadelphia cream cheese, softened to room temperature, and beat that cream cheese until it is smooth in texture. Next, you're going to add a 1/2 cup of white sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Mix together with your electric mixer until well blended. Now it's time to add the eggs. 3 of them. You're going to add them one at a time, mixing on low speed after each addition until just blended. The next step requires you to remove 1 cup of plain batter. Place in a small bowl and set aside. In the large bowl, stir in a 1/4 cup of white sugar. Next, stir in 1 cup of canned pumpkin. Now it's time to add those spices. You're going to add 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and a dash of ground cloves. Mix together on low speed until blended. Now you're going to spoon the pumpkin cheesecake batter onto the crust. Spread the pumpkin batter until it's nice and smooth on top. Now take the plain batter that you set to the side and put little dollops of it on top of the pumpkin batter, in whatever pattern you choose to do. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And here's where you can let your artistry shine through. Cut through the batter with a knife several times for a swirl effect. And you'll watch as I go along how the 2 types of batter mix together to make a cool design. Put the cheesecake into your preheated oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 300 degrees if you're using a dark pan. Bake for 45 minutes or until the center is almost set. And you'll be able to tell that because the center will be a little bit jiggly on top. Cool the cheesecake completely and then refrigerate for 4 hours or overnight. Now you're going to cut it out of the pan all the way around the edges to remove it nicely from the springform pan. You can cut this cheesecake into 12 slices and have 12 servings. Store the leftover cheesecake in the refrigerator. If you don't have a springform pan, you can bake this cheesecake in a 13 by 9 inch baking dish. Line that dish with foil, and prepare the cheesecake as directed. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 minutes. Everyone wants to see me eat the things I cook, and I love doing it. But it's really hard to talk and eat, so here you get to watch me enjoying my piece of cheesecake.
If you enjoyed this dessert recipe, you might also like another unique dessert that I make called Watergate cake. You can click on that link that comes up at the end of this video and learn how I make that dessert. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week.